Hello everyone, so today I am reviewing Little Deaths by Emma Flint, and this is a book that I picked up very much on the strength of word of mouth because of course Little Deaths has been receiving lots of glowing reviews from other readers, and the book has been recently longlisted and shortlisted for various awards. I'm very late to it. I think it's been out a few months now, but very much I picked it up because everyone was talking about it, and they have been talking about it big. I mean, we are seeing phrases such as those on the jacket, such as a phenomenal achievement, a stunning feat, and you think, Christ, this must be good. So this is the problem with my tone of the review, because I feel like I'm going to talk a book down from being great rather than talk a book up for being really good. Because this book is really good. It's engaging, it's compelling, it's well written, it's well plotted. However, it is not a phenomenal achievement or a stunning feat. This is very exaggerated, and for me this does this book a disservice. What is Little Deaths about if you don't know? Well, it is based almost entirely on the Alice Crimmins case of 1965 New York. Alice Crimmins was a mother of 2 children. And when her children were found murdered, she was accused and subsequently convicted of their murder. However, her trial was very much one that saw her framed for her behaviour and convicted on the basis of circumstantial evidence rather than an analysis of really hard physical evidence that could connect her to their crime. Because Alice Crimmins was a bad mother. She wore a lot of makeup, she fussed over her appearance, she drank a lot, she was estranged from her husband, she had many lovers, she was stayed out late at night. She was bad woman, you know, the kind of woman we judge today in Sidebars of Shame and the Daily Mail. This is a woman that everyone had judged as soon as she'd got into the dock. So in that, of course, Emma Flint is drawing comparison with the way we treat women today and justice and gender politics. And in fact, so true to the Alice Crimmins case is this book that I did wonder for large swathes why Emma Flint didn't write a piece of historical fiction. However, reading it now, I can see why she didn't, because she has actually crafted a very tight plot around the framework of that case. In this book, Alice Crimmins is called Ruth Malone. Ruth Malone is a drinker, she's a party girl, but she's also a good mother with 2 kids, but struggling to cope on her own, married to a man she doesn't love. Her kids are found dead, and she is subsequently framed by the police in a very prejudicial way, and the court trial begins. And around this, Emma has used a lot of archetypes to really get the plot along. So we have the corrupt police captain who's determined to frame this horrible what's the word that I'm looking for? You know, really poorly behaved woman for this crime, that he's appalled at her behaviour, full of prejudice. And we also have the plucky reporter at the newspaper who's making his name with this case, biting his teeth on it. And through his naive, innocent eyes, we're going to see the extent to which police corruption happens, and also the manipulation in the media to get headlines. And at the centre of it is this Ruth Malone character. For a lot of the book, we are actually quite distant from Ruth. We are largely with the reporter in this book, which is kind of a shame, because Ruth Malone is the most interesting character in here. And the moments when Emma is really intimate with her, in her private moments of grief or her desperate moments of fear and confusion, these are the best passages in the book by a mile. They're really sensitively written and really affecting, really strong. Yes, the reason I'm going to take it down from a great book to a good book is that we are using a lot of archetypes elsewhere. So the police captain who's corrupt, and the reporter who's, you know, sort of having his eyes open to the corruption of the media and the police is a little bit, you know, we've been here before. These aren't particularly original characters, but they serve a purpose well. What really interested me about this book, though, and why I understand why Emma didn't write it as a piece of historical fiction, is that Emma has chosen a very definitive ending for the book. And that is a surprise, because in the true Alice Crimmins case, we still debate it today. Did Alice kill her kids? And of course, that great fascination is what would drive a mother to kill her kids, a very Medea act. So of course it has all that fascination. So I was really intrigued with the way Emma had chosen to shape it with a very strong ending. So, like I said, Little Deaths is very good. A great analysis of gender politics that's really tightly plotted and really engaging. However, please, it just manage your expectations a little, because it's good, but it's not great. But really, I did enjoy it. Little Deaths, Emma Flint.